Well, good morning. Welcome to our solo walk. uh, First thing, I guess I'd like to address a couple comments or things that have been mentioned to me about my channel, and that about the quality of the video and the quality of the sound. If you're looking for a high quality video that's polished and been all rehearsed and perfected, you're at the wrong spot. If you're looking for somebody to give you all the answers and tell you what to do and what to think and how to think, you're at the wrong spot. This I do not to here begging for your likes and your subscriptions and your that to try to make money off of this channel or off of your participation in it. And that I'm not here trying to get your acceptance for what I think. But what I am here for is to share what I think, and to do it in the simplest, most easy way possible. And for me, that's just using my old phone here. No editing. It's just me and my boy sharing our thoughts. And the goal isn't to have you think like I do. The goal isn't to tell you what's wrong and what's right about this world, this realm, whatever you want to call it. My desire, my goal, my hope, whatever you want to call it, is just that I stir within you desire to maybe look at things a little different than what you have looked at things so far, to maybe think a little different, and to seek that power that's within you, and to meet yourself, to see what's behind the mask that we all have been programmed to wear. I've tried to be as authentic and as open as I can with all my thoughts and with everything I do on this channel. And to I guess show you what's behind the mask that I was programmed to wear. I guess you could say tried, or I don't know how successful I've been so far, but to take that mask off and to not perform in the way that the system had programmed me from birth, to get out from under that programming, under that system, as much as possible. How successful? Yet to be seen. But we're striving and making the effort to connect with Source, to meet the true me. And if I can just in some way stir that in you, that's my desire, my goal, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Just to plant a seed and to see that seed grow within you. Anyway, so where are we going today? We're at war. And the way I see it, we're in the final stages of that war. Not a kinetic war. There's all kinds of kinetic wars going on all over the place. There has been for millennia. And all those kinetic wars have, no matter what the propaganda has said, has been for one purpose as far as I can see. And that's power, I guess you could put it that way. Resources. Control. Power over those resources, control over those resources. Be the resources human beings, oils, minerals, land, and they've all been propagated by greed, I guess. And it's all always the parasites at the top of the food chain, or they think they are, these parasites, that instigate these kinetic wars and that. And use the propaganda and the stories and that to isolate, separate, put people into conflict, distract. But the war that we're in now isn't just for our perception like it's been for the last millennia. The spiritual war, if you want to call it that, the war for your thoughts, your energies, your power, has been going on for a long time. And we can argue over who they are, and we can discuss that, and who the powers that be are, and who these parasites really are, and what they work for, and who they work for, or who they're connected to, or if they're this or if they're that. But I think we just need to quit arguing and discussing. We can discuss it anytime, but quit using. We've allowed them to use that even as separation. These entities, they've been using deception, using the propaganda tools, the stories, the energies of us, I guess, or these stories to control our energies. You know, they've been warring with humanity for our perception and for our acceptance of their diktats, if you want to put it that way. They've been seeking your permission to steal your energies, your power over the millennia. And it's been for your perception and for your power up until now. Now they've stepped up their game. And like I said, who they are, really, yeah, it's great for discussion. It's great for a talk around the table when we get there. But really, does it make that much difference who exactly they are? We know there's some force trying to suck our energies, our perceptions. But now they've stepped up their game, like I said. And they're not just after your perception, your energies. They're after your humanness. They're pulling out all the stops and trying to get you to willingly turn over your sovereignty, to give them your humanness, to acquiesce your spirit, your humanness, however you want to put it, to the system, to the program. They're trying to basically force humanity into this technocratic transhumanist system where you will become totally dependent on some outside force, to give up on who you truly are. And the only way they can do that is for you to give them that power, to give up on yourself, and to totally bow to that dark force, whatever you want to call it. To, like I said, give up on yourself. To give up on humanity. To give up on the idea that you are a spirit. To give up on the idea that you are here to co-create a new earth, if you will, to co-create heaven on earth, if you want to put it that way. They promise you security, safety, convenience, all the catchphrases, all the catchwords. And they have 90% or convinced 90% of the humanity that that's what they're doing. And so many are so quick to beg for them to save them. Give me more of this. Give me more safety. Give me more convenience. Give me more money. Lock me in the cage tighter. Yeah, I think we're at the final stages of the war on humanity. I think unless we start to look within as a collective, start to realize that we are so much more than the program, the system tells us. I was out with my solo this morning taking a walk, and he, again, another little analogy he showed me, like he's out there sniffing around the same spot we were yesterday, sniffing around, digging, searching, and he came up with the answer he was looking for. You know, I think maybe we need to keep sniffing around. Yeah, they've shown their hand in a lot of ways, and a lot of people have come to awareness that things aren't quite right, and that there's deception and deceit going on all over the place, and corruption. But they think we can change that. We can vote our way out of it, or we can get a new player at the top, one of these parasites, and that's going to change it all. Oh, these parasites have been there for millennia, and I don't see where any one of them has ever made it any better for humanity. Doesn't matter what country you're in, whether it be in the Western nations or the Eastern blocks or whatever you want to call it. They're all the same. They're all seeking to take away your humanity. They survive on your power. They survive on you acquiescing to their wishes. It's time to just say no. Nothing violent. No big protests. To me, all is a protest, and it's good to do a protest if that's the way you feel led to. Let your voice be heard. You know, and you see these petitions going around. Yeah, if you want to sign one, let your voice be heard. Go ahead. But for me, all we're doing with all of them is begging the ones that want you to perceive they're in control, that they're the power. These parasites, you're begging them, oh, please, sir, please, give me back. Let me have. Well, you have. And it's never left you unless you give it up. So maybe it's time to start taking responsibility. Time to look behind those masks, behind the shadows. Meet you. Meet the one you were created to be. Allow the spirit within you, the spirit that is you, to rise above this noise. To fulfill the calling, I guess, that's upon each aware, conscious being on this planet, to make this that new earth, if you want to put it that way, but to make it what it was meant to be, to peel back that veil, that overlay of deceit, deception, and to walk in that divine power that is you. You have the ability to transcend any perceived limitation. Remember that, because they're just perceived. And the they that we argue about and talk about all the time are just after your perception that you are in their control, that you are under them, that they are the power, and they're not. They're all players, all actors. These parasites that we see. What's controlling them? I don't know for sure. All I do know is that you and I are the answer. The answer lies within each one of us. It's just to connect to it, listen to it, act upon it. Out of love. Because you are pure love. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Give your loved ones a hug. Tell them they're loved. And know that you're loved. Look at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself you got this. We'll talk at you again. Bye-bye.